mercies. We've come together to thank you for your goodness. We're so grateful for who you are to us. I love you, Lord.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh, your mercy never fails me.
Good morning, Kim.
And all
In here, Sonia, Tori. What's up?
I've been held in your hand.
Good morning, Michelle.
The moment that
Janice.
I wake up till I lay my head, oh, I will sing
Lo,
the goodness
Lo Hall,
of God.
Tevin, what's up? Addie's granny from San Clemente, good
You
morning.
have been faithful.
Jerry, good morning. Larry, Joseph,
You have been so
Angelica, Julia.
with every breath that I am able.
Good morning, y'all. Nisi, good morning.
I will sing of the goodness.
Rochelle, good morning. Y'all invite some friends to join us this morning.
I love you, oh,
Robert, good morning. Robin, good morning.
you have led
Boot,
me through the fire
1217, good morning.
in darkest night.
Yay for Wifey's Cameo, yes. Good morning, Cindy. Jerry Springer, good morning.
You as a father,
Hal, good morning. Lisette, good morning.
as a friend,
Nancy, good morning.
and the goodness of God.
Mrs. Arcadia, good morning. Chastity, good morning. We in here. Christy Joy, good morning. Jeff Hudson, good morning.
And all my life,
Paris, good morning. Ruth, good morning. Jan, Tony, Faith Jones, good morning. Claudia, Linda, good morning. J. Della Proper, good morning. Ashley, good morning. Rhonda, good morning. Brother Ross, good morning. Allison, good morning. Liz, good morning. Angela, good morning. Brave Brittany, My Life of Grace, good morning. Sweet Nisi, Kia, what's up, Kia?
and your goodness is running
Good morning, Tanya.
running after me. Your goodness is running after
Becca, Amy, Larissa, good morning. Liz, good morning. Marlene, Graceland, good morning. Gina, what up, girl? Gina, Sandra, Brave Brittany, Margaret, Helen, I am C. Docs, what up, fam? Tara, what's up, Tara? Tell Cedric and the fam I said hello. Thank God it's Friday. Carmen, good morning. Alex, Palona, Drake, S. Drake, Josephine, Desiree, mother-in-law, good morning. Natalie, good morning. Christine, Mrs. Victory, Shane, Josephine, y'all feel that goodness running after you this morning? Sylvia, Marcia, Lane, Rachel, Susan, Pretty Brown Eye, Gloria, Aaron, Renee, Sandra Horton, Todd Fagan, Elastic Girl.
all my life you have been faithful,
Come on.
Jesus. And all my life you have been so good.
Megan Brown, good morning. Tiffany Hudson.
Every breath that I am able.
Yes, yes. Grab that coffee, Aisha. Grab that coffee and the Bible. Let's get ready to get in. Let's declare the goodness of the Lord. Come on. Y'all come on in. Hey, hit the share button. Share this with some friends. Invite some friends to come in. Elena, good to see you. Betsy Palmer. Hey, Mary Lisa. Sandra Horton. Courtney Babb, what up, homie? Good to see you, girl. Lift it up, come on. Lift up those hearts, come on. Tim Pridgeon, Julie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Friday. We did it again. We made it another week, y'all. We made it another week. We did it again. We up in here. We made it another week. God is so good. If you know the Lord is good, come on, let's celebrate him this morning. Let's celebrate him this morning. How y'all doing? Yo, we made it to the weekend. We made it. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm encouraged. I'm hopeful. Ariel, Stephen, Sarah. I'm hopeful. I'm encouraged, y'all. God is so good. Welcome to the Good News Today morning show, where it's a daily devotional where we sit in God's word and encourage each other and clown and act up a little bit if it's anything like yesterday was. I lost sound too, had to restart my phone. Okay, are y'all good? We good on all the channels? Yeah, y'all, we turned up a little bit yesterday. We had a good time. Jasmine Schuper, what's up? Come on in here. So we good. Y'all got good sound on here. On the Facebook, we good on Facebook? Because you don't need to miss this. This is why you need good sound, so you can hear this. Good news today. Got a song like to hear it? Here it goes. Come on, Christy Joy. Let's get this video in. Come on. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go. Good news today. Let's say it, let's see it. Let's believe it. Let's say it, let's see it. Let's believe it. Everything's gonna be okay. Let's say it, let's see it, let's believe it. Come on in here. Good morning, Anthony. Let's say it, let's see it, let's believe it. Let's see it. Put it in the comments. Everything's gonna be okay. Come on. Everything's gonna be okay. EIGTBO. Everything's gonna be okay. Why? Because God is on the throne, yo. God is on the throne. My boy Brandon Mitchell and Swap got a new single out. Chorus says, I ain't worried and I ain't scared. I love it. Come on, somebody. Can I just tell you, everything's going to be okay? God's on the throne. So I ain't worried and I ain't scared. God is on the throne. God is on the throne. How y'all doing? Y'all ready for the weekend? Yo, it's Friday. We made it. We made it. We made it another week. I pray that God is with you. I pray that God is encouraging you. I pray that the Spirit of the living God is bringing comfort to your soul, because when I say it, I mean it, and it is the truth. Everything's going to be okay. You're going to be good. You're going to be good because you serve a God who is good. So be encouraged. Let the Spirit of the living God encourage your heart. Yo, you're going to be good because God is good. Amen. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. We've been sitting in Psalm 23 all week. And some things came out of Psalm 23 yesterday that I ain't never seen come out of Psalm 23. I don't know what that means, but Drea, good morning. Kyla, good morning. Yo, it's been a blessed week. Yo, you can jump on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and check out the episodes. We're starting to just get them over there, and we're gonna organize them and stuff, so you can just go and just share them, and we're gonna put the themes, what each theme is about, so you can just go on and watch it and download it. But you wanna capture some of that, go and revisit some of the episodes, some of the words that God has spoken over your life. Some of them have meant certain things for you. So I want you to be encouraged. Go grab those. YouTube, the one from YouTube yesterday is gonna be on there. It'll get there. It's gonna be on there. My team they're trying to backlog and get them all loaded up there. So they will be over there. Peaches, good morning. Does anybody even call you Peaches anymore? I know your government name is Shakitha, but I be saying Peaches. That's what I know. So it'll be it'll get over there. We've been sitting in Psalm 23 all week. Yo, I actually ought to do some homework earlier this week. Y'all did any of your homework? We talked about having good friends and investing. We talking about who you're talking to. I gotta find it. The homework for a couple of days ago. Yeah, it was Monday. Yeah. Good morning, Bill. Yeah. So who you're talking to, and then up under that, prayer and spiritual friendships. So anybody leaned into spiritual friendships this week, made an intentional text, an intentional call. Anybody leaned in? Were you on furlough? Do you still celebrate Friday? When you're on furlough, Yes, you still celebrate Friday when you're on furlough, because you made it another week, because you're alive. Oh, okay, I see what else put on there. Who you talking to? Spiritual friendships. If we're going to get through this, but the way we're going to get through it is we got to get through it together. Psalm 23, one of the first parts, we're not even going to get through the whole psalm. We just been sitting in this all week. We just going to sit. We just going to let the Spirit do what it does. Yesterday we ended with, He makes me lie down. He makes me lie down. But you got to start it. You got to understand it. You got to understand that it's about the isness of God, and it is from His isness that He puts His hand in every area of your business. It's His full invitation to fully rest, rule, and abide in your life, every single area. And He says He wants to get you to where you can surrender your wants and ultimately surrender yourself by bringing yourself fully on the altar. Fully on the altar. I'm fully surrendered to God. I'm fully on the altar. I'm fully resting in Him. And then He says, then I'm going to make you lie down in green pastures. So you got to give me you got to surrender your wants so I can give you what you need. I can give you what you need. Where you need to be is in green pastures. I'm going to put you down. I'm going to make you rest. I'm going to bring you to a place of rest because you have no idea how exhausted you are, because being God is exhausting. And some of you have been being God in your life, and it is absolutely exhausting. It is exhausting. And He says, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you rest. And that rest is there to remind you that you're not God. That's why taking breaks are so important. Some of you, I know you got kids in the house, you got a full deal. And then some of you, you're working. Some of you, you just chilling. Some of you good. You like, yeah, this whole rest thing, I've been resting all day. I ain't even watching this live. I'm watching this at 10 o'clock at night because I slept all morning. So I get that, but the rest rhythm is very important, because the rest rhythm isn't just so you can get sleep and so you can be rested up. No. There's a deeper spiritual thing that's at play in addition to those other things. The deeper spiritual thing that's at play is you need to sleep so that you can remind yourself that the world doesn't run by you. You need to go to sleep so you can realize while you were asleep, the world kept turning. You need to rest. You need to unplug. You need to go outside and be away from the kids. You need to unplug from work and rest from work. You need to rest so that you can realize, oh, while I wasn't here, the world kept turning. Wow. Because your God syndrome will tell you it can't happen without you. Hello in here. You'll think if you don't do it, it cannot be done. Like the kids won't survive without. I have to stand. I have to be here. I can't leave. I can't go anywhere. I've got to be here. I got to work because if I don't work, it's not going to happen. If I don't make it happen, it's not going to happen. And it's just your God syndrome. Let me tell you something. The world ain't running around you. But as long as you're going to be there, they'll make you feel like you doing it. They'll use you if you're there. But let me tell you something. If you believe this world run and it run at your that you run the world, die. Go ahead, die. You know what's gonna happen when you die? We're gonna cry. We're gonna come to the funeral. Some of your funerals, I may even have some words. I may tell some stories and have some words. After that, we're gonna eat some chicken. We're gonna eat some pound cake. We're gonna drink some tea, especially if it's a funeral. We're going to eat some mac and cheese. We're going to tell a story. We're going to cry. Oh, we're going to cry. And then Monday, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep living. We're going to keep living. Because you don't run the world, God does. But you just think you do. You just feel like you do. If I'm not there with my kids, let me tell you something. Leave them kids. Go get in the car and go for a drive. Make sure another adult is around. I ain't trying to have you catch a case because of a devotional show. Go sit outside. Go get that's why it says you need to rest. Because in the rest, I need to make you lie down because you really think you running things. You really think you really think that if you not there, it ain't gonna happen. I need to make you lie down. You need to lie down. You need to lie down. You need to rest. To remind you your mental reset. That's why the children of Israel, when they came out of Egypt, that's why the Sabbath was so important when they came out of Egypt. It was so important when they came out of Egypt because he needed to remind them, you're not a slave anymore. Take the day off. In Egypt, under Pharaoh's rule, there were no days off. There was no rest. No. You worked from sun up to sundown. You went in. It wasn't no consideration. There was no rest. You slaved. So what he says is, under my regime, you got a new authority over your life. And I'm the authority. And you're not a slave. So go to sleep and stop acting like a slave. Hello in here, somebody. Rest. Stop acting like a slave. So the first thing he does in Psalms, once you've surrendered your wants and once you've yielded, there's a shift. He says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And then he goes in, okay, now that I've surrendered my wants, he makes me lie down in green pastures. He gives me rest. And he immediately begins to feed me nourishment. He immediately begins to feed me things that I need so that I'm not consuming stuff that's not good and that I don't need. He gives me green grass and fresh water. And I think that's why we got to think about what we're consuming. You can't have him as the shepherd fully indwelling in your life and you still consuming stuff that don't align with his purpose for your life. I think, because I try to stumble upon a theme every week, and sometimes the theme comes as it comes. It just is what it is, because we just rolling up in here with our family. We just rolling. But I think the thing that I really want to get after this week as we close this week down, and we'll probably come back to Psalm 23, but as we close this week down, I think the first half of it it's about you surrendering your appetite. It's about the appetite. Especially for those of us that say he's our shepherd, but we have an appetite that betrays everything that the shepherd would seek to feed us. Did you get that? So that's why the surrendering the wants is such a big deal, and it's such a hard thing, because we want it for a reason. They are wants for a reason. They pleasure us. They comfort us. They make us feel good temporarily. It's temporary. It does not sustain you. It does not nourish you. It does not satisfy you, but it makes you feel good temporarily. And God is saying, I need you to surrender the temporal, the temporary for the eternal. I need you to surrender the temporary for the eternal. So when he's saying, let me be your shepherd, the Lord is, let my isness, my greatness, my sovereignty, who I am, allow that to so blow your mind that you will gladly surrender your wants, so that the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords and the Creator of all things can begin to provide for you all that you need. And yes, you will learn to desire it, because the King will give you the desires of your heart. You can't look at that verse as to say the king is going to give me whatever I want. That's not what he means when he's saying I'm going to give you the desires of your heart. Because if that was the case, then he's saying I'm going to give you whatever you want. And it's like, no, I don't trust you to give you whatever you want. No. You want stuff outside of the shepherd. So I'm not going to trust you to give you whatever you want. When he says, I'm going to give you the desires of your heart, he says, as you walk with me, as you roll with me, as you trust me, as you rest in me, I'm going to give you new desires. I'm going to give you new wants. So I'm going to give you the desires of your heart. I'm going to give you what to desire. What is he saying? I'm going to change your appetite. I'm changing your appetite. I'm after your spiritual palate. I am raising your spiritual palate from hot Cheetos to filet mignon. I'm trying to give you your palate. Come on in here, somebody. That's a word up in here. Come on. He says, that's what I'm after. I'm after your appetite. So that's why I just don't need you to put stuff on the altar, because if you just keep putting stuff on the altar, the stuff is just the symptom of the appetite. You keep grabbing that because of your appetite. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not about the stuff. You can put that relationship on the altar. You can put that sex on the altar. You can put drink on the altar. You can put all. Stop. You're not in the 6th grade anymore. Stop asking, is it wrong to do this? Is it wrong to do that? Is it wrong? That's an immature spiritual question. Yeah, I said it. At this stage of the game, it is not about, is it wrong to do this? Is it right to do this? Can I do this? Where the line is? Stop trying to draw the line. It's not a line. It's an altar. And he says, you get on it. And I'm going to burn every proclivity, every desire, every appetite that desires outside of me. And I wish this was a one-time event. I wish this was all go away when I say yes to Jesus, then whoop, he gives me a new appetite. He gives me a new palate. But it doesn't work like that. It happens over time. It happens daily. That's why you got to stay on the altar. How often? Daily. But living sacrifices crawl off the altar. Unsurrendered living sacrifices crawl off the altar. That's why you got to stay surrendered so you don't crawl off the altar. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've been on there, but you crawled off. That's why he says, present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God. And you got to do it daily. Because what he's doing is he's purifying. And what will happen is areas that used to burn and be painful and sacrificial 6 months ago are less burning and less sacrificial this 6 months later. Because he's purifying my appetite. He's purifying my desires. He says, if I'm going to be your shepherd, let my isness shape all your business, all your thoughts, your hearts, your mind, your soul. Let it shape all of you. And then I'm going to make you lie down in the green grass. I'm developing your palate. I'm developing your palate. I'm helping you to appreciate nourishment because you were designed for green grass and not Cheetos. Hello. I said you were designed for green grass and not Cheetos. Hot Cheetos. And some of you live in the spiritual hot Cheeto realm. You consume spiritual hot Cheetos. In other words, you live in the shallow end of the spiritual pool. You walk in spiritual maturity and you find comfort and pleasure there. You indulge the desires of your flesh and you read your Bible and go to a good Bible study all at the same time. Hello. You just walking in maturity. You indulge there and you found comfort there. And God is saying, it's time for you to grow up. Give me your appetite. Surrender your appetite to me. Because as I give you a new appetite, it's not as painful. You know, people that eat salads, people that have adjusted their palate and have an appetite for health and wholeness, they eat salads and it ain't sacrificial. For me, a salad is a sacrifice. If you see me eating a salad, you be like, ooh, he is sacrificing. That is painful for him. He having a, ooh, praise the Lord. He's sacrificing. Ooh, I could see it. But for some of y'all, that's what you would order. That's what you order. I order salad when I ain't got no other options. Some of you, that's, oh, let me go to a salad. It's like, do you know they got cheesecake here? And you ordering salad? Do you know you can get steak and fried chicken together here? But those are people that don't look at salad as some sacrificial offering. They're like, bro, this is lunch. And it's good for me. My body's wired. And this green salad is going to give me energy at 2 o'clock when you about to pass out because you ate a steak for lunch and a fully loaded baked potato and a gallon of tea. You up under your desk at 3 o'clock because you're eating stuff that doesn't give your body energy. It actually depletes your soul instead of enhancing your soul. So you're wondering why you're hitting a wall at 3 o'clock. I had this salad. I'm tap dancing on my desk at 3. I got energy. What's the difference? What do you put in your body? What are you eating? Some of you're eating spiritual Cheetos and you're wondering why you're hitting spiritual walls consistently. It is in the green grass. It is in the purity of the water. It is in your spiritual pursuits where you, instead of pursuing things that satisfy and don't satisfy, but pleasure your flesh, you actually sit in the word, you sit in worship, you sit in prayer, you sit in community that pushes you to God's goodness and God's power. And then when you would normally hit a spiritual wall, you will actually experience a spiritual breakthrough because you have the spiritual energy to overcome. Because you weren't filled with spiritual hot Cheetos. You actually got some sustenance in your soul. So instead of spending all week depleting your soul, you actually spent the week enhancing and developing and investing and building up your soul. So when the enemy comes, you had authority and power and resilience to overcome them. Hello, in here, somebody? So he says, I make you lie down in green grass and water so I can restore your soul. Here's the deal. He says, you have no idea how much you've lost by indulging your flesh. You have no idea how the loss you've experienced. By consistently living in immaturity in the shallow end of the spiritual pool, you have no idea the loss you've experienced. Some of you, you've been living in such spiritual passivity. You haven't been aggressive with your pursuit of God's power and his presence in your life. You've been reactionary to him. He's been a fallback for years, and you have no idea, because the enemy makes the journey so pleasurable that you don't feel the full weight of the pain that sin brings in your life. And this isn't to create a space of guilt or shame. No. It's a shake to say, wake up. You're experiencing some spiritual loss, and God is saying, no. That's why the first thing I'm going to do, listen to the grace of God. This is what the grace of God is saying. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you rest. I'm going to feed you stuff that's going to impact you. And then what I'm going to do is, what's the word? Y'all know it. He's restoring my soul. I'm going to put back in you everything the enemy tried to take out of you. That's the word. That's what I'm sending you into the weekend with right there. God is saying, if you abide in me, I'll abide in you. And you can ask what you will, and it will be given. How in the world? Yeah. Do y'all see that? How in the world are we going to go from I shall not want to now I can ask what I will, which means that I got wants? Yeah, but because you've abided in him and his word abiding in you, you want what he wants. He's giving you the desires of his heart, which are now the desires of your heart. So now you can ask what you will. So we went from Monday to don't want nothing to now what you want. Tell me what you want. Yo, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Yeah, tell me what you want. What'd you say, babe? Oh my gosh, you didn't like that? I thought that was profound. I thought that was spiritually inspired. You didn't like that? She backseat drives, now she backseat teaches. Oh my gosh. Come on in here. He's saying, now tell me what you want. We went from thou shalt not want, but now he's saying, tell me what you want. If you abide in me and my word abide in you, ask it. Ask it. Ask what you will, and it shall be given. He's saying, because what I'm doing is I'm laying you down. I'm laying you down. I'm giving you rest, and I'm restoring your soul. And as I restore your soul, watch this. I'm putting back into you. I'm investing in you. I'm pouring back into you all that the enemy tried to take from you. What is that, babe? Got a bunch of noise outside. He says, I'm pouring back into you. I'm pouring back into you all that the enemy tried to take out from you. So I'm restoring your soul. I'm restoring your soul. When I'm reading my Bible, Albert, what is God doing? He's restoring your soul. When you're praying more than you ever have been, what is God doing? He's restoring your soul. When you're walking in spiritual relationships, what does that mean, and why is that so important? Because he's using it to restore your soul, because you have no idea the loss you experience when you indulge your flesh. You have no idea all that the enemy's trying to take away from you, even starting in the 3rd grade. He started snatching identity away, creating insecurities that still exist, creating a poor image of yourself that still exists, the abuse, that stuff stuck on you from your childhood, some stuck on you, interactions with other people stuck on you, sexual experiences stuck on you, abuse stuck on you, and it's been robbing you, sucking the confidence from you, security out of you, belief out of you, and he's been using that to rob you. He sends relationships. Let me tell you something. The enemy will send you people that are designed to suck life out of you, to snatch life and purpose out of you. That one relationship, y'all was in it for 2 years, and in that one relationship created so much insecurity in you, it's now shaping even your marriage and how you show up in other places. The enemy has created so many things to create loss. And God's saying, you have no idea. So I want to restore your soul. I want to give it back to you. I want to give back to you everything that the enemy tried to take from you. I want to restore your soul. I want to restore your soul. I want to restore your soul. He's giving it back to you. He's giving it back to you. And watch this. When he restores your soul, as it gives back to you, he says, I'm going to restore your soul. Oh, what they're doing? Watching something? Oh, okay. That's our neighbor. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Hey, Shanae. He says, I'm restoring your soul. I'm restoring your soul. I'm putting back. The enemy tried to take so much, but can I tell you, don't be discouraged by what the enemy's taken. We got to acknowledge it so you will know the mission is so critical. You got to sit in his isness. You got to trust him. You got to surrender your wants, because in not many days hence, he's going to be asking you, now give me now what do you want? And he's going to be fulfilling your desires. But you got to abide in him. Watch what it says. He says, he restores my soul. He leads me down the paths of righteousness. So watch this. He made you lay down. He made you rest. He gave you nourishment. He gave you water. He's quenching the thirst, the thing that because the thing that you've been reaching for and the thing that you've been longing for are two different things. Did y'all get that? The thing that you've been reaching for wants, but you've really been longing for God. So he quenches that thirst. He leads you beside the still waters. And then watch this. And then he says, now get up. Come. I'm going to lead you down paths of righteousness. What that means is I'm going to put you in the right place at the right time for my right glory. You've been wondering, where am I going? How am I going to get there? What's next, Lord? And what's that? He says, no, don't worry, because you ain't driving no more. I'm driving, and I'm going to lead you down paths of righteousness, right standing. I'm going to lead you down the right path. Some of you are praying right now, I don't know which way to go. He's like, I got you, boo. Because what happens when you ride with me, when you rest in me, when you trust me, I lead you. And when I lead you in the right place at the right time for my right glory. He says, I'll lead you down paths of righteousness. Watch this. For my name's sake, not for your name's sake. You ain't going to get the new job and walk in the fullness of his purpose so your name could be great. No, he said, I'm doing it so my name can be great. Your testimony when you get married, it ain't going to be because you found him. God is saying, no, it's going to be because I put you in the right place at the right time for my right glory. Not your glory, but my glory. So if it's going to be my glory, that means I got to do the work, lest you take the credit. I'm going to put you in the right place at the right time for my right glory. So come, follow me. I'm going to lead you down the paths of righteousness for my name's sake. I got you. I got you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to put you in the right place at the right time for the right glory. I got you. Because the Lord is. I got you covered. I'm going to restore you. I'm going to restore you. And yea, though I walk... Watch this. We're about to hit a current. I'm about to hit a turn. We're going to hit a turn, and then we're going to go home. We're going to go home on this. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Wait a minute. Wasn't Jesus just leading me? And if Jesus is leading me, how did I end up in the valley of the shadow of death? Can I tell you? Even when Jesus is leading, you will find yourself in dark places. But if you do the work of resting, of nourishing your soul and allowing God to quench your thirst, you can go through dark places and you ain't got to be scared because he's with you. Not only is he with you, but he's in you. And who he is in you is coming out of you. Watch this. Don't miss this. Lean in. Don't miss this. I'm about to give you something that's going to send you into the weekend. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to worry when you walk through dark places because he's leading you. And yes, number one, he leads you. And even when following Jesus, you end up in dark places. Don't trip. Don't trip. Yes, following Jesus, you will end up in dark places. Don't trip. Don't trip. Some of y'all are tripping because you're in a dark place. Don't trip. Follow Jesus. Even in the dark place, just follow Jesus. Stop tripping. Follow Jesus. Follow Jesus. Watch this. Because he's not just walking with you, but if you are faithful and obedient in the season of resting, of surrendering your appetite and adjusting it to green grass, and allowing the Spirit of the living God, the living water, to quench your thirst, and you begin to practice reaching for the one that you're longing for. So instead of reaching for a sexual encounter, you reach for the one that you're really longing for, and that's God. Instead of reaching for intoxication, you reach for God because that's what you're really longing for. Instead of reaching for significance in this world with your money or with your new purse or with your shoes or with your new job title, instead of reaching for that, you reach for what you're really longing for, and that significance that can only be given by God. As you do that, he says, I'm doing something in you. I'm doing something in you so that when we get in the hard season, you ain't got to be scared because there's confidence in what I've done in you and my faithfulness. And I'm just not walking with you. I'm walking in you and I'm doing something through you. It's something coming out of you. His glory's coming out of you. And you're walking through a dark place. And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, death ain't really there. It's just the shadow of death. And shadows only show up when light is there. Well, where did the light come from? Well, what did you think I was doing in you all this time anyway? I was walking with you. I was putting a light inside of you. So we'd say Jesus is the light, but where is Jesus? Jesus is on the inside of me. So if the light is going through me when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, it's just a shadow because the light has made death just a shadow. Death would have had power if I didn't have light. But the light that's shining through me makes death just a shadow. That means I ain't worried. And I ain't scared. I ain't worried and I ain't scared because the light of God's glory shines through me. And even though I go through dark places, hard places, challenging places, I ain't worried and I ain't scared because I got a light on it. My light, the light of Jesus Christ, makes death just a shadow. Why is death so important? Because the worst thing the devil can do in this world, the worst thing he can do is bring death. But the power of the light of Jesus Christ and his resurrection even took the sting out of death. So although death still exists, child, it's just a shadow. I'm living to live again. The enemy can do the worst thing he can do, and still I will rise. Come on, Maya Angelou, speak prophetically to the people of God. Still, I'm going to get up. I close my eyes on this side, I'm going to open them up on the other side. So the worst thing you can do is take me out. And even if you take me out, you ain't taking me out. You're really taking me in to the arms of the Father, the creator of all things. So either way, I'm winning. When you walk with Jesus, all I do is win, win, win. Come on in here. So that's what the word is. He says, walk with me. I'm putting a light in you. So when you end up in dark places, the light will shine in dark places and death will just be a shadow. He's doing something in you. Don't miss it. Get out of the cheap seats of immaturity. Pursue the Father. Allow his glory to abide in you, and the light will begin to shine through. And even when you walk in dark places, his light will shine, and it'll make death but a shadow. Watch this. Watch this. I'm about to close. I'm about to hit this. I'm about to hit this track, and we're about to get out of here. But it all hinges. It all hinges on your ability to surrender your appetite. You got to surrender that appetite, and you got to surrender it daily. I'm telling you, glory's on the other side of this. All I do is win, win, win. I never, what is it? All I do is win, win, win. No matter what. Oh, yeah, no matter. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. All I know is everybody hands go up. Hey, and they stay there. And they stay there. God is saying, if you trust me, all you'll do is win. And if you could just keep your hands up, the glory of God, he'll keep them there. They'll stay there. They'll say, you will keep praising, you'll keep walking in the glory of God. Oh, come on. You didn't know that hip hop song was going to be preaching today, but it's preaching. Your hands going to go up and they're going to stay there. God is saying, if we could just have a relationship where when you put your hands up, stay there. When you get on the altar, stay there. Stay in a place of surrender, and all you'll do is win. Stay in a place of surrender, and all you'll do is win. Everybody hands go up, and then stay there, and then stay there. Up, down, up, down, up, down. God is saying, just keep your hands up. Let me purify your appetite. And in my presence, and for my glory, all you'll do is win. Happy weekend, y'all. We winners in here. We winners, we winners, we winners. All I do is win. 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 All we do is win. And all we do is win. Hey, hey. All we do is win. All we do is win. All we do is win. What you doing this weekend? Winning. Come on. What y'all doing this weekend? Winning. All we doing is winning. And how we win is through our surrender. Everybody hands go up. Now stay there.